Twin Tarot, I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
Almost a tarot by the base.
The surroundings are definitely tarot by the base surroundings.
Exactly. We're a walking blooper reel.
Yeah, if we ever had learned how to do editing, we would probably not be such a walking blooper.
Walk around going bloop, bloop, bloop. Anyways, sound like a bunch of goldfish in here.
Yes.
With our 5-second attention span.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is going to be a reading.
Food.
What's going to be a reading on the Senate. We just did a reading on how are the Democrats and the Republicans feeling the day after the election. So let's carry on the vibe and see how the Senate's feeling post November 5th.
How are the senators feeling?
We'll ask about the Democratic senators, the Republican senators, and try and get a vibe for with the current energy and how things are going. Which side seems to be in a little bit more of a celebratory mood. And for the Republicans, they want one seat. They want to gain one seat.
Yep, sir.
That will just put a giant spanner in the works.
Yes.
And the Democrats, maintaining what they have is okay. If they can pick up 2 or 3 seats, that would be amazing. If they can pick up 12 seats, wow.
Yeah.
Having 60 votes?
Yeah, all of a sudden you get all sorts of stuff.
You can get a lot of stuff done really quickly if you got 60. All right, so we're going to let you start, and you can read on the Democrats because you're a bleeding heart liberal.
Oh, my goodness. Is this for seriousness or for...
this is not for entertainment purposes only. This is highly serious, very scientific.
Go to the Vegas and bet on these lines here.
Exactly.
All right, so...
And what you can't see off camera is a cat.
There's a cat sleeping on the chair.
Oh, the microphone's in the way.
The cat looks just like...
I was going to say, it's not Nico. So for those of you who wonder what Elle's been doing these days, sleeping.
That's what
hanging out with us.
Cats do that best.
And this picture over here, folks have asked about this one. This is a picture of downtown Mendocino.
Yes, it is.
So it's facing towards the headlands where the bay is in. The Pacific Ocean is this direction.
No, not
in
currently.
the picture. No, in the picture.
So. All right, so for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, short attention span theater here.
What is the energy around the
Democrats
in the Senate? Not just the
Post-election.
Senate. Democrats in the Senate post-election. Let's give it one more shuffle and cut. That's where it wants to be cut. All right. We're not going to show them the cards. We're just going to show them us.
I just peeked at the bottom of the deck. Show everybody the underlying energy. Oh,
I don't know what it is.
Wishes, hopes, wishes, and dreams fulfilled. Flash card. What card is it?
9 of Cups.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, look at what a great card.
If only they could see it.
If they saw that, they'd be amazed. Okay, so the foundation of the reading on how the Democrats are feeling in the Senate the day after the election. They feel like Sir Lancelot from Holy Grail.
Exactly.
Let's
go.
Let's go get some wedding guests.
that looks rather enthusiastic, especially with the underlying energy here.
Yeah.
That looks incredibly enthusiastic.
If only I knew what the underlying energy was. So we got the Knight of Swords charging forward, bringing that message forward. Oh dear, it's crossed with the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, and underneath it, the 9 of Cups, hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Okay, so how are the Democrats feeling? They are energized. They are ready to go forward. We have been held back. We want to move this thing forward. It is time for action, baby. It's crossed with the 5 of Pentacles. All of their efforts have been blunted by the Republicans in the past. They have not been able to get their agendas moving forward. They've been left out in the cold. But now it appears that their hopes, wishes, and dreams are fulfilled. So they might not just have a majority. They may have a controlling majority, or God willing, maybe enough to overcome any kind of
filibuster.
Filibuster. Thank you. I was going back to my Mr. Roberts. Okay, so trying to break that filibuster. Okay. In the past, we got the 3 of Pentacles. So there's collaborations. This could be, women voters, young voters, working with the government. This could be, the Democrats trying to plot their strategy on how to move things forward in the Senate. It could mean a lot of things, but there's certainly people talking. There's things of value that they have, and they're trying to make plans on how to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Current energy, 3 of Cups. So
that's not a 3.
A 4 of Cups. Sorry. So the 4 of Cups, current energy. So they haven't been liking the choices they've been given. It's hard to push an agenda forward when you don't have a controlling majority. They have just enough to break a tie. So if the Republicans that tend to caucus with the Democrats don't play ball, then they're basically having to compromise on areas where they feel maybe they shouldn't have to compromise. And if they get a majority, they can move forward with more, certainly a more bold political agenda than what they've been given. Overarching energy, 10 of Swords. This is it's coming to an end. And what I'm thinking here is what's coming to an end is the Republican resistance that they're feeling in the Senate. That, in the past, the Senate's supposed to be kind of the thoughtful body. They're kind of more deliberative. And has been some reactionary senatoring going on, Tuberville.
Oh, God.
And so the effects of the Tommy Tubervilles is coming to an end. This nonsense is coming to an end. We are now going to be the adults in the room again, like we always have been and we always should have been. The lesson to be learned: temperance. It's about balance. It's about doing what's best. If we work together and we don't get all crazy MAGA, we can take that path to the sunshine. You can make everything good. Outcome: the Devil card. Well, in our previous readings, the Devil card has always signified Trump, and it could be that we're finally getting the senators to break their bonds with MAGA and Trump, and or at least get the Senate away from MAGA and Trump and becoming more of a deliberative body. Certainly, I get the feeling this is going to be a much more left-leaning Senate. What do you think?
What I was getting from this, the Democrats are ready to go. They've got their majority. I think they probably win 2 seats, but there might be a total of 5 Republican senators leaving because your Josh Hawley's, Ted Cruz's, and others that were, Chuck Grassley's, that were involved in the insurrection may get letters asking them to resign their positions because they've committed sedition against the United States. Leaving that aside, I think what I see is that the Republicans are going to reach out and say, hey, we need to work in a bipartisan way. You guys, come on, we should work together for the betterment of the United States. And I think the Democratic senators are finally like, F you, every time we're in charge, you say we have to work together. Every time you're in charge, you do whatever the hell you want. So, yeah, maybe we'll eventually work together, but right now we have an agenda that we want to get forward here, and we're getting moving on it, and you guys can go pound sand, and you can see what it's like when we pass our legislation, and you've got to sit there and just whine like a bunch of grots, claiming how unfair it is. And maybe if you've uncoupled yourself from Trump and try to do things in the betterment of the United States, we will work with you. But I think on the short term, the Democrats are ready to go.
Okay.
The other part that I had in there was there could be election, oh, you can't do that. We're going to challenge the elections. And this is like, no, here we go again, but they're going to put an end to it. The Senate's going to go that way, and now it's time to uncouple from the devil.
Yes, indeed.
That's my thoughts on it. There's lots of different ways to read it.
There are many ways. That's the beauty of tarot.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the GOP. I wonder how they're going to handle handle things here.
They won't have to do anything different, really, because they're going to win that extra seat, and it's just going to be all sunshine and roses for them.
I see that. Okay, how's the GOP going to be feeling the day after the election? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so they've got, things of value, holding on to that. Let's see what we've got. Okay, their plans are hatched. They're going to react quickly over the airwaves. It's a couple of things. One, they're Russia interfered type of thing. I think what I'm getting here is it's kind of a lazy entitlement again. Like, they're just going to go on there and they're going to attack the values. But really, what I'm really getting here is women come out and vote.
There you go.
Women come out and vote. You took away. It's like, maybe you know what this is. Okay, Republicans. It's starting to dawn on them that women screwed them because they screwed women and women paid them back.
Well, that's where I was going with it. Yeah. So now we're back. Now we're on the same sheet of music.
Yeah. A Four of Swords. In the past, Four of Swords, trying to mute down the whole Project 2025, rethink maybe the strategy of trying to have a handmaiden's tale and tell women what to do and how to do it and take away their rights and try and send yourself back to the 50s. Your favorite century is your choice, whether it's the 1950s, 1850s, or 1750s, or maybe just the 850s.
Yeah.
Current situation is the Ten of Coins. Their legacy set, but they're going to start throwing. I think there's going to be a lot of lawsuits that they're going to be throwing money at here. Yeah. Here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me finish these cards here.
Yep.
Yeah. A couple of things are going to happen. The Republicans are going to throw some money. The oligarchs are not happy, and they want to throw money at this. Maybe the oligarchs reach out to the Democrats, say, hey, maybe we can work together on things. But it's kind of like, hey, we gave you a bunch of money, and you're giving us very little in turn. We don't have the Senate, and now things are going to be hard for the wealthy people in this world. I'm not really getting anything on the Republicans. I'm getting just sort of general vibes of what's going on here. The Republicans may fight, take these things to court. Again, this is going to be like the 2020 election where they have all these big claims and very little evidence going to court, and it's not going to work out. And now the Republicans have to bear the burden of what they've done.
Yes.
They ran on...
taking women's rights away.
they ran on I'm trying to blank up. They didn't run on policy. They ran on culture war stuff.
Yeah. And
it didn't work. Congratulations. Now you get to suffer through at least 2 to 4 years of Democratic rule. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. So sorry, earthquake. So similar. To me, this is like a woman holding her baby or a grandmother looking at their grandbaby. Women's reproductive rights are like, I think they're finding out that that's really important.
Did you get the message?
Yeah, totally. The Empress is all about fertility.
It's pregnant women.
And so, these are, once you drop these three cards, it's like, okay, I'm getting what's going on here. Yeah. For the Republicans,
the Senate. It's more explaining what they did wrong, why they lost. So
it's like the women are telling the Republican Senate, it's time for you guys to go into timeout. You need to stop and think about what you did in the past. It's kind of like when your kid's being ornery. You can either put them in timeout or you can hit them with a wooden spoon. What can you say? We got hit with the wooden spoon a lot. So, but in this case, they're gonna give them a timeout to think about what they did. Your legacy is tied by your actions, and you were taking stuff away from women's reproductive rights, and frankly, men's reproductive rights too, if you want to get down to it, because if you're not going to allow people to buy contraceptives, that affects the guys too.
Imagine that.
So that's what's currently going on. It's like you got to think about what your legacy is. If you want, you're the dog that caught the car with Roe v. Wade. think about it how you want history to remember you. Overarching energy is the Six of Pentacles. Things of value. It kind of balancing the scale. You got the scale of justice and the guys, giving charity to people who've been oppressed. Maybe you need to change your ways. Maybe you need to think about what you're doing, think how you're remembered, and start changing your ways and doing things that are beneficial to the common person. The lesson to be learned is because if you don't do that, you're going to experience disappointment and heartbreak.
Yep.
And
you're burden to bear, man.
And the outcome, the Ten of Wands, you're burden to bear. You have got to carry this load to the finish line now. You now know what you need to do to kind of re-achieve your success, and you've got some time to think about that.
I said ha ha.
Yeah, exactly. Take the victory lap, as it were.
Yeah. Did we throw any four-carders on the presidency one?
I don't know. We did that on Thursday night. That's too long ago for me to remember. But we could do some four-carders today.
Yeah.
There's probably some senators that we really want to know how they do.
We can say that for another reading.
Oh, we could totally do that for another reading.
We're back.
Yes. So after much debate and fighting, we landed on. We just want to see how big of a victory the current energy is for the Senate for the Democrats. Okay.
Come on down.
Do you want to do a four-carder?
Yeah. You can do a four-carder.
Okay, I can do a four-carder. Okay.
Do a four-carder.
I'm gonna do one more shuffle with my very thick cards that I have to break into quadrants because I can't easily shuffle them all. All right, so there we go. Okay, so how big is the victory going to be for the Democrats in the Senate? Is it going to be a big victory? Is it going to be like a tiny little squeaker? Or is it going to be a push? Okay, so
page of coins.
There we go. So it's going to be four-quarter.
Page of coins. There it is.
Foundation. Okay, we've got a big burden. All right. Maybe they're going to pick up 10 seats.
That'd be amazing, but I don't think we'd quite get there.
So you got the Celebration, the Four of Wands. You got the Page of Swords. The Lovers. And the Emperor. Okay, what is this telling me? How big is the Democratic victory going to be? Okay, well, the foundation could be, it's a bit of a struggle trying to get through the vote counting because of all the nonsense and shenanigans that's going to be going on with Trump challenging the election results. And, sure as hell, if some of these senators in these red states like Nebraska or Montana, for example, or Texas, where it's been a traditionally red state, and all of a sudden they're losing their seat to blue, there's going to be a lot of childish messaging going on. The main signifier, clarifier is the Four of Wands, the Celebration. Come join us. We're happy. We're celebrating. But I think that the Page of Swords, you've got some Republicans that are going to throw their election interference and stolen election messaging out there. The kid with the cardboard sword attacking anything that walks by.
They're weak sauce arguments that'll go nowhere, just like the last time.
And then you got the other clarifier is the Lover's card, where it basically agreements. You're like, okay, look. Can we all just act like adults here? Do we really need to be the Page of Swords again? Aren't we tired of this from 2024? And kind of underneath it is the Emperor. Just dispassionately looking at the results and saying, this is a fair election. What happened is fair, and your childish messaging is not going to change the results. So is it going to be a big victory or a medium victory or a small victory? That's not the question that I think I'm getting answered in the cards. I think what I'm getting answered in the cards is that the victory that they get is the victory they get, and there's going to be the Republicans putting out their election interference and their stolen election messages, but it's ultimately going to be blunted. People are just going to be enough already. Enough with the crying, enough with the whining. We need to act like adults and move this thing forward.
Me and my Pollyanna ways say at the opening of Congress, there's going to be 4 Democrats majority, and I think when they caucus with the 2 independents, it goes up to 6.
Okay.
They've got a lot of work they need to get done, and they need to have that 4-person to 6-person majority in order to get that work done. My only concern is, and this is where my logic mind kicks in, is will it be 4 to 6 upon the swearing in of Congress, or is it going to be after all the criminal cases are said and done? That if maybe it starts in with a tied or one vote victory, but as certain senators get removed from office for sedition and treason. Well, it's probably not going to be treason because you have to give aid and comfort to an enemy. But for sedition and acts like that, and they resign, it could be as many as like 6.
Do you want to throw a 4 card on that?
Nope.
Okay. You have to think about that.
My thought on what he saw there. In the end of the day, we do see the Democrats taking over.
Yep.
We do see that they have a big agenda that they're going to have to push forward.
Yep.
So they need all hands on deck in order to get that done. They may even get some Republicans who are willing to work in a bipartisan manner to help advance things. It shouldn't be a partisan issue to put up, the John Lewis Voters' Right Act. You know what I mean? That something that used to pass with 100% of the votes.
Yep.
Should not have to be a partisan issue at this point.
No.
Just saying.
Well, it's like I said, it's the adults in the room reading that we had in the previous room.
It's in the end of the day, what can Congress do to get big money, the oligarchs out of owning senators?
Yeah.
Trump, I think, is going to be politically irrelevant, so MAGA is going to be kneecapped, and it might be finally safe enough to push back on the extremists without worried about Donald Trump sending out a mean tweet and then his acolytes and his cult members come driving their trailers over to your neighborhood and start throwing rocks at your windows or something like that, threatening to unalive your family members or something.
So I think bottom line is we're seeing the Senate return to more traditional senatorial.
But it's going to be it's going to be painful. The transformations are painful, and there's going to be a transformation. It's going to be painful.
Yep.
All right. So that's what we got there. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. We appreciate it.
Yeah, leave a like if you like this nonsense. Subscribe if you really like this nonsense. Leave a comment. I read them all, and I respond to as many as I can.
All right, everyone. Have a good afternoon. We'll catch you on the next video.
Bye.